Malcolm Jamal Warner is gone. Yes, the man who once brought warmth, wisdom, and unmatched charm to our television screens is no more. Just a few hours ago, the news broke, and fans across the world are struggling to believe it. The actor who played Theo Huxtable, the boy millions watched grow up on The Cosby Show, has now taken his final breath. It's not just a loss to Hollywood, it's a personal heartbreak for every person who ever laughed, cried, or learned something while watching him perform. What happened to Malcolm Jamal Warner? Why was his passing so sudden and shocking, and how did his final moments truly unfold? This is a story of a quiet goodbye, a painful truth, and a legacy we were never ready to let go of. Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away in the early hours of Tuesday morning at the age of 54. The official statement from his family was brief and deeply emotional. It read, "Our beloved Malcolm has left this world peacefully, surrounded by those who loved him most. He was more than an actor. He was a son, a father, and a man who gave his soul to every role he played. The cause of death has now been confirmed as cardiac arrest, but the circumstances around it remain heartbreaking." According to sources close to the family, Malcolm had been experiencing chest pain for several days. But being the humble and grounded person he was, he ignored the signs, thinking it was just stress or fatigue. He continued working on his upcoming voiceover projects and even visited a local school for a reading session just 2 days before his death. The funeral service was held privately in Los Angeles. It's attended only by close friends and family. There were no cameras, no press, and no celebrity parade, just raw grief and silent prayers. A close family friend revealed Malcolm never wanted a show. He once said, "When I go, let it be about love, not lights." That's exactly what we gave him. His mother, Pamela, sat at the front with tears rolling down her face, holding a framed photo of Malcolm, as Theo, his signature smile lighting up the image. There was no need for words. That smile said everything. Few former co-stars were spotted entering quietly, including Tempest Bledsoe, who played his on-screen sister Vanessa, and Kashia Knight Pulliam, the youngest Huxtable. None of them spoke to the media. Their faces said it all. This loss was personal. Many fans were hoping for a public tribute or a live-streamed memorial, but Malcolm's final wish was clear. No cameras, no headlines, just family. Still, the world couldn't hold back. Within minutes of the announcement, Twitter was flooded with tribute posts. Celebrities, fans, and even politicians spoke about how Malcolm shaped their childhoods. One tweet read, "He made us believe in brotherhood, in family, in being better. Thank you, Theo. Rest in power." Another user wrote, "My kids watch reruns of The Cosby Show. They never knew Malcolm personally, but today they cried like they did." That's the power Malcolm held. He wasn't just a performer. He was part of our homes. But there's something more powerful here, something deeper than just loss. Malcolm's life was not perfect, and he never pretended it was. After The Cosby Show, he went through years of struggle, finding it hard to land roles that didn't see him as just Theo. He even said in an interview once, "It's hard being famous for something you did when you were 15. People freeze you in that time, but you keep growing." Despite the challenges, Malcolm never gave up. He explored music, directed episodes for major shows like Malcolm and Eddie, and voiced powerful characters in animated series. He evolved quietly and steadily while staying true to who he was. Unlike many celebrities, Malcolm didn't chase controversy or spotlight. He avoided red carpets and gossip headlines. Instead, he focused on mentoring young artists, writing poetry, and advocating for mental health, especially among Black men. In 2019, he shared in an interview, "We don't talk enough about our minds, about how we carry pain. If I can help just one kid speak up, then I've done something right." This was Malcolm's real legacy, not the applause. But the impact. Comparing him to other celebrity figures, we find stark differences. While some chase after clout or use their platform for personal fame, Malcolm stayed grounded. Think about how rare it is someone from such a massive show choosing humility over headlines. When you place him next to others who came from similar platforms, you realize how unique his path really was. His integrity was never for sale. Even in his final years, Malcolm stayed active behind the scenes. He recently voiced a key role in the animated series The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, a show praised for its cultural relevance. A producer of the show shared this after his death. Malcolm wasn't just reading lines, he was giving life to the words. He'd often rewrite his own dialogue if it didn't feel honest. That's how much he cared. But perhaps the most emotional part of this farewell came from his daughter. She's only 6 years old, and at the funeral she placed a letter beside his casket. The letter simply read, "I love you, Daddy. I hope you're dancing with the stars." No one could hold back tears. Malcolm had always kept his daughter out of the spotlight, wanting her to grow up normal. But everyone knew how much she meant to him. She was his anchor, his light, his reason to smile. The Cosby Show family also released a joint statement. While they didn't mention Bill Cosby by name, they focused solely on Malcolm. He read, "He was the little brother we never knew we needed. His laughter, his questions, and his heart made our set a home. We are broken." These words weren't written for PR. They were written from pain, real human pain. Now, as fans continue to mourn, one question remains. Why wasn't this death talked about more? Is Hollywood so busy celebrating scandals that it ignores real loss? Is it because Malcolm stayed quiet, never demanding attention? If anything, his departure reminds us that good men, truly good men, often leave quietly. Many are calling for a public tribute, a mural, or even a scholarship in his name. One fan suggested renaming a street near his childhood. Home in New Jersey. "Let the kids walk past Malcolm Jamal Warner Way," she tweeted. "Let them know what grace looks like." That kind of love doesn't come from fans. It comes from family. And clearly, Malcolm created one far beyond blood. We also have to talk about how the industry treats its child stars. Many of them go down dark roads, but Malcolm fought hard to avoid that. Credited his mother for keeping him grounded. "She'd never let me forget I was just a kid," he said once. And perhaps that's why he remained so relatable. He never saw himself above others. He was a man of the people, humble, honest, present. So here we are, saying goodbye to a man we didn't know personally, but who felt like family. A man whose death leaves a strange silence behind, the kind that only comes when someone truly good leaves the world. But in that silence, there is also memory. And in memory, there is power. Now, ask yourself this. How many celebrities can you truly say made you feel seen? How many actors didn't just act but gave you something real to carry with you? And how many of them left this world without asking for a single headline? As we say goodbye to Malcolm Jamal Warner, let us not just mourn his death, let us celebrate his life. Let us talk about kindness, about humility, and about using fame not for attention, but for purpose. If he could hear us now, maybe he'd say, "Thank you for remembering me, not just as Theo, but as Malcolm." So now it's your turn. What did Malcolm mean to you? Did he remind you of your own brother, your friend, your son? Do you think Hollywood will ever honor the quiet heroes, the ones who don't ask for attention, but change lives anyway? Let's start that conversation. Not just for Malcolm, but for every unsung legend we've forgotten.